it's commonplace to have to do that. Okay, there's millions of people who suffer from hallucinations and audible hallucinations, visual hallucinations, and they got to be treated. So that's what they do through different means. Their goal is to prove the non-existence of these things. Okay, so please stop using this argument. It's just, it doesn't work, as you can tell. And then here's the other thing with, if a person comes to you and says, and this is the whole thing, is that philosophies, I always want to find out, can your philosophy or can my philosophy bear itself out in real life? Okay, if it can't, then that's a good sign that your philosophy is dead on arrival. According to your philosophy, it would be illogical and nonsensical to try to prove the non-existence of something. However, if your child or your friend or your parent or whatever, and some adult came to you one day and said, I just got a new friend. He's right behind me. It's this invisible dragon. What would you do?
I would say, prove it.
You would probably say, uh-oh, we got a problem here.
I could try and convince him that the dragon does not exist, because proving the non-existence of the dragon is impossible, hence why the burden of proof is on the person claiming it. What I'm saying is it is impossible to prove the non-existence of something. That's why it's illogical.
And you would try to get the person help. You would try to do everything in your power to prove the non-existence of that invisible dragon, because you know the person's in trouble. Okay, they're mentally ill. So you would try to prove it. You would probably spend time with that person trying to prove the non-existence of this invisible dragon.
I think you are hung up on the phrase, trying to prove it is nonsensical. The act of trying is not the nonsensical part. It's the proving that is the nonsensical part. I apologise if you think I phrased it incorrectly in my presentation. So, let's continue.
Okay, because you care for the person. So you can't even live this thing out rationally, man. And then it gets to the point of, you know, you're relating, the atheist community love to say, you know, they think that our belief in God is akin and equal to our belief in an invisible dragon or the mystical cows on Mars that you had in your video.
Yes, I'm afraid your belief in God is equal to the belief of an invisible dragon in respects to evidence.
You know, or anything else. The Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, you know, whatever, you know. So, but the thing is if someone came to you and they really believed that they were, you know, they had this invisible dragon as a friend, you would try to find them help, okay? Are you taking your Christian friends and trying to drag them into getting some help?
No, I don't have many Christian friends. I converted them all to atheism.
No, of course not. Why? Because guess what? The medical community doesn't consider someone who believes in God to be insane.
And you consider this a good thing? It's only accepted due to it being a majority who believes it. Let's take a look at Scientology, for example. These people are batshit crazy, but millions of them think they're correct in their belief. Simply because a majority believes in something or agrees with something that is delusional, it does not make it the correct thing to do.
Most medical professionals believe in God.
This is what is called an appeal to authority. Yes, maybe most medical professionals believe in a God in your country, but their profession has nothing to do with their beliefs. Their profession does not require them to know in-depth physics or about evolution, quantum physics, or be experts in time and space. What I'm saying is their profession may have nothing to do with their religion or their scientific understanding of the universe. Also, why are they in the medical profession when the Bible just requires you to pray?
So, you can't say it's the same thing or even close to the same thing. It's not even close to the same thing.
It is to someone who disbelieves in them. An easy way to explain this would be to ask you, would you say that the god, Zeus, is as fictional as the invisible pet dragon? Of course you would. What I'm saying is I believe that the god Zeus, the pet dragon, and all religious gods are equally fictional.
So your reasoning is so irrational on so many levels. It just completely breaks down, folks.
I could say the same about you, but unlike you, I will wait for your reply.
So I could probably drag this on, but I'm not going to. Try to absorb it and try to change your ways here, man. And why do you believe what you believe is true? That's what I want to know. Why do you believe what you believe is true? Christians will point to all sorts of beliefs, evidences of why we believe what we believe is true. But why do you believe what you believe is true?
You're going to have to elaborate on this, as it is an open question. I believe lots of things, but the things I do believe are things that I have studied and found out for myself. I can tell you what I don't believe. I don't believe in trying to explain the unknown with no evidence for the explanation. I don't believe in anything supernatural. For anything else you want to know, you will have to elaborate.
That's the core of epistemology, which is the study of knowledge, is being able to say why you believe what you believe is true. Well, what you believe is true is that it's illogical and nonsensical to prove the non-existence of anything at the very least. Yet, I've shown you that that's completely false.
Believing there is no God is the same as disbelieving in a God. I disbelieve in a God because, as I stated earlier, I have never been introduced to any satisfactory evidence. Again, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
But, you also believe there's no God. So why do you believe what you believe is true? Because you're staking your life on it.
How am I staking my life on it? Me not believing in a God will not kill me. My life is not in jeopardy because of my non-belief in a God. Unless I've misunderstood what you meant here.
So I want to know why you believe what you believe is true. You got anything? I want to hear it.
As I mentioned earlier, I need you to please elaborate on what it is you are wanting to know about me. Atheism simply means to disbelieve in a God. What else do you want to know?
Peace out, guys.
So, KingBuzzyBoy, before I round up my video, I would like to ask you something. You asked me why I believe what I believe. I will ask you the same. Why do you believe what you believe? What do you believe? I understand you are a Christian, but there are literally thousands of denominations of Christianity. For example, do you believe in the Noah's Ark story? Do you believe in the biblical creation story? What about evolution? What is it that you believe? What denomination of Christianity are you? My second question to you. The place you were raised, was it populated by people of the same belief? Don't you find it strange that your belief is usually dependent on the place you grow up? What I'm asking is, do you think you'd be a Christian if, for example, you grew up in an Islamic community? Right. I hope all who watched this video enjoyed it. A quick note to all atheists and theists alike. If you like this type of video, let me know. Or maybe point out a video you would like me to respond to. This has been the UKA Theist. See you next time.